say goodbye.
That's a minor gift, boys.
Whoa, Fury going in. Eat my ass too, Troy. Back up. Florida boys, Florida boys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Shogo Makashima, your anime mini boss. Welcome. Meet the Monsters every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We interview a new monster. This week we got this boy, this motherfucker. So tell us, let's start with that. What is, how you feel about Street Fighter V and why it's worse than 4?
All right, so let's see. What do I think? I think Street Fighter V took most of what made Street Fighter 4 good out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it really, I mean, I can appreciate that they made it more like, I don't know, I want to say more accessible. But in a fighting game, I feel like you need that kind of complex, there's a lot more factors in Street Fighter 4, like focus attacks, option selects. I think that was all kind of stuff that kept me going back. Like you had to practice. You need to spend a lot of time in that game. And this in Street Fighter 5, it kind of feels like almost every character is the same. You do mostly the same. You have the same rush down mentality. It's all about going forward, jumping in the air a lot because you don't need to worry about shit. And then you do a lot of damage. I mean, it's fun if you don't play fighting games all that often, I guess. That's how I feel.
You don't respect that it's made it possible for noobs like me to play at a higher level?
No, it's not that I don't respect that. It's as I was saying, I do appreciate that they give it, but I mean, to all, like, if you take all those people who played Street Fighter 4, we'll use Throbbing as an example. He spent so much time in that game, and that's a lot of effort. It's like a blood, sweat, and tears kind of effort, you know what I'm saying? So when you put that much effort into a game and then just kind of have a newer game come out where they took all of that effort you had and kind of just shat all over it and said you didn't even need it to begin with, and then put it in their new game, I don't know. They should have found a better balancing point, I think, where they could have added some kind of something to make it like there is a higher level of game and it's more than just knowing frame data, as give you something if you put that much time into the game.
All right.
Or at least give a reason for there to be a training mode at all, because there isn't currently.
What do you think the hardest game you've ever played was?
Video game or fighting? Like, what are you talking about? Like overall?
Yeah, overall. Something that you had to put a lot of time into, and that you did put a lot of time into.
See, the thing is, I played Ninja Gaiden. That was probably the hardest game I had to play. But,
Nintendo or the new garbage ones?
One for the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Oh, come on!
I played the older ones. I didn't think they were that hard though.
Really? You think?
Yeah,
you think the newer ones are harder than the NES?
Not the newer ones, no, because 2 and 3 were definitely not hard. But I think that the original Xbox one, before they made the little reversion of it, was much harder than that. Yeah.
How much time would you say you put into that?
I spent 2 years on that game.
Really?
Yeah, it was a single player game. I mean, I'm not a very competitive person, so it's easy for me to just kind of play games until I beat them to like 100% completion.
So is that how long it took you to beat it, or is that just how long you played it?
That's how long I went straight on. Then they were coming out with the second one, and then I was kind of like kicked in the nuts because they made it a little. It was more like the difficulty they had. They made it into just cheese. You were getting cheesed out by bosses. They glitch through walls and grab you and shit. You don't want that.
Okay. When did you get started in gaming?
Well, I mean, I played video games pretty much all growing up. First game was probably, I remember it was this racing game. I must have been like 4. It was for like the Atari.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really remember what that game was. It was just, uphill, normal. I never had a PS1, but I had pretty much everything else.
You didn't have a PlayStation?
I had a PlayStation 2. PlayStation 1, at that time, I was playing Nintendo a lot, the 64.
Were you a Super Nintendo guy or a Sega Genesis guy?
Both, actually. Super Nintendo
Really?
was fun. Yeah, Super Nintendo was fun. I was young, so, because I'm not very old. So when those two were out, I couldn't pick a side. It was like whichever game I wanted to play, I'd play it. So, and it was just nice to have. I remember Toe Jam and Earl. I think.
Yeah, I love Toe Jam.
Yeah, Sonic was always good on the Sega, and then Super Mario was just something I'd be playing all the time. I had more fun on the Game Boy, the Color, than I did.
So, looks like Fury's saying that you were mooching off the PlayStation 1. You were playing PlayStation 1 at his house.
PlayStation 1. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is a long time after. This is a long time. This was back when the PS3 was around. It wasn't even.
Oh, okay.
This guy coming talking jive doesn't even know what he's talking.
Well, tell me. Let's.
No, okay. See, what he's saying right there is that the Final Fantasies we played on the PS3.
Okay, so let's go there because this is one place I was planning to. Shogo, Throbbing Fury, Disciple, Shane, Peeves group. When did this all come together?
I was 16, so that was 8 years ago. I want to say. I don't remember. We actually NWO Gangplank introduced me to Matt.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tyler.
Funny.
Sorry, Tyler.
He introduced me to Matt, and just kind of, if I remember correctly, I just started going over his house every day. We just started hanging out.
Wait, it didn't happen like that. I mean, you didn't see this guy and then start going over to his house.
No,
like,
I mean,
what was the first meeting like with Matt?
I think I first met him. He came over to Tyler's house.
Oh, okay.
He was walking his little sister, I think, home from school one day. And Tyler and I were outside of Tyler's house, and he was like, "Hey, that's Matt." And then I met him there. Then we went to this thing. It was Emerald City. It's like a card game, like they had tournaments for like Yu-Gi-Oh and Naruto at the time.
Okay.
We played that stuff a lot. It was fun. We had spent a long time. That was kind of And then from then on, it was more like we hung out every time I get home from school. Go over, hang out.
How did Shane meet Matt?
Shane met Matt. Let's see. We were at someone I used to call a serial killer all the time's house, right outside the front of their house. And
was that Shane?
Yeah,
that bird squawking, was that Shane?
That bird squawking was Shane. So Shane's drunk as fuck with his friend, and I don't remember why this happened, but we were all heading out off the porch, and Shane was giving goodbye hugs and whatnot, and he just kissed Matt's neck. Yep, I have no idea why. No fucking
It take too long.
Come here, Shane. Show us your face.
Come here, Shane. Look in there.
Let's put a face to the all caps that you spam in the Discord. Hey, there he is.
Where? I don't see me. I see.
You're right down there. You're down there.
Oh, this one over here.
Yeah.
Right there. What the hell?
How long you guys been living together?
Shane and I moved in here less than a year ago.
Right on.
Yeah, it's been fun though.
And what do you guys do? Where do you work?
Shane's a security guard.
Yeah.
At Raymond James Financial. I work at a Cuban deli. It's a little family-owned place.
Oh, right on.
Food and whatnot. So,
tell us more about JoJo Pose, Shane. Fury's calling for a JoJo Pose.
What do you want?
JoJo Pose.
What the hell is a JoJo?
I don't know what the hell's a JoJo Pose.
I don't know what it is either.
It's the secret art of running away. I don't know how that works.
It's kind of a dab. It's all right. We'll take it. So tell us more about your little group coming together. What did you guys used to do?
Let's see.
Down and dirty.
So as far as things go, we played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
They did.
Yeah, Shane didn't. Shane actually wasn't part of the group for a good while after I met Matt. Because he was hanging out doing some other dumb shit with some idiot. But that's for a different time, I suppose. And Matt and I hung out a lot. Shane would come over. We just literally talk shit and make fun of Peeves all the time. That's pretty much what we did. No, literally, we made up all these stories over years and years. You know what I'm saying? So it was an adventure, nonetheless. We got into Street Fighter 4 at the same time. We played it for a long time. That was a nice thing that we did.
Was that your first fighting game?
Like the reality, I mean, that wasn't the first fighting game I'd ever played, but that was the first one I, got into to a point.
Yeah, that you actually tried out.
Played Mortal Kombat Deception. Actually, that was my favorite one that I got to play, which is weird because I hate 3D fighters. But
who's your Mortal Kombat character?
It's always been Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing new here. Oh, Reptile. I just like the ninjas because I'm a filthy weeb. So,
I was a Scorpion guy too. Who's your Street Fighter 4 character?
Ken. It's been Ken for pretty much the whole time. I like that the character himself is my fave.
Why does he appeal to you?
He's a cocky, hilarious, good guy. That's why. That's
Okay.
my favorite. Yeah, and he's got that second. Yeah, I like that second spot to Ryu.
All right. Now here's another. I was saying this before during the countdown. One of my favorite things about having you around is that you always bring the hype. You're very loud. You're very fun to be around. Have you always been excitable like that, passionate about stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's so much passion. I mean, I do get passionate about stuff. And I'm from New York, so I've always been loud. I get excited because I mean, I don't know. I just yeah, I guess I always have. Always been just typey. I like being loud, and I like other people either being annoyed by it or getting into it too.
Yeah.
I don't discriminate. I'm not going to say you gotta like it, but it's not going to change. So
would that be to say that you were an outgoing person?
very.
Yeah. You don't mind like just stop and talk to anybody?
Yeah,
A
I mean,
stranger?
yeah. Customer service for the last 6 years didn't
right
really
on.
teach me anything new, but it's kind of was a nice, fresh reminder that I could have been doing this no matter what. I talk to people in the streets. And I'm not a nice guy. I mean, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not like, oh, there's a homeless dude. Let me go strike conversation. It's more like, oh, I saw that guy smearing crap in the bathroom walls when I was working at a gas station. Great. But yeah, no, I never camera shy, never shy to talk to anybody. I like helping people. I like talking to people about their problems. Something I like to do, I guess, a hobby almost. I don't go out of my way to do it, but I definitely wouldn't. I would not.
What about girls? You ever get shy about going up talking to a girl?
Hell no. With a face like this? But no. I don't get shy about talking to people. I might not talk to people because I'm kind of a first impression kind of guy. I'm not usually wrong on them. So if I know I don't like them, it doesn't matter if it's a girl or a guy. There's always room for me to change my mind. I'm not like concrete, like, nah, I can't like that person.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just at face value, I'll usually roll with it, not waste time.
You have a girlfriend now?
No, single and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not interested.
I was in a relationship. I want to say last year. I figured out that I didn't want to be in a relationship, so I had to break it off. It was silly that I got into it. Honestly, I mean, I don't regret it. I regret it because I feel like if I would have waited longer, I'd still be with that person, like, and want to be with a person. But I figured out that honestly, I just like having time to myself.
Yeah.
And,
I was like that for a long time.
yeah, it's not like I'm not. I definitely am not looking for anything, and honestly, I probably wouldn't want to.
Right.
Or it'd be the same thing again at this point. I got honestly, outside of playing video games and stuff, I'm waiting until I think after summer I want to get into college and start my long hunt for a doctorate in psychology. So that's
You
time.
want to be a psychologist, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. I got a degree in psychology.
Oh, nice.
I got the useless bachelor, the bachelor of the arts.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going a little past that. Hopefully, I get hit by a bus. Then what happens? Whatever.
You can't do anything unless you go past that into the graduate school.
Yeah, but that's pretty much been my my whole mindset. Like the only thing I've wanted to do my whole life since I was young and figured out what it was. So
is that passion for helping people, talking to people, where it comes from?
Yeah, it makes me happy. So it might be a little more self-centered than it comes off as, but it's the truth.
So I would imagine that you would want to go into clinical psychology instead of the experimental.
I was figuring I'd hit that road down a little down the line. I've been kind of tossing both of them. I definitely want to talk to people, but I also want to study it. I want to understand more about it, the brain. So experimental psychology would probably be really interesting. I don't know if I could find a way to try it at least. Go to clinical. I'm sure I could announce.
If you're if whatever college you go to is anything like mine, the undergrad experience was all about experimental. It's like how the brain learns, teaches you how to conduct experiments, how to write the findings up, research papers, stuff like that. I don't think you actually get clinical training in the undergrad unless you take abnormal psych. You kind of specialize when you get to graduate school. Yeah, you'll be able to find out if you like experimental or not when you're doing the undergrad.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I forgot.
I was also glad to hear that because, it was something in the back of my mind. I wasn't really sweating it because, I mean, clinical psychology is probably what I want to end up doing. But, I wanted to give it a shot.
Dr. Shogo.
That's it. I'll change my name legally then, too.
People,
Shogo Makashima.
people see your clinic billboard, Shogo Makashima, and then this furry white guy steps out.
Yeah, hey, I'll just be wearing a suit the whole time, big ass hat, fox suit.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Did you notice when I put up your slider, that picture you gave me? Everybody was calling like, "How did you get an interview with the Sasquatch? Did you get Bigfoot to sit down for Meet the Monsters?"
That's funny as shit because that was a couple years back when it was a No Shave November. The only time I've ever done it. I actually hate facial hair.
Yeah.
And I was just loving it. I was loving it. That's funny. I'm glad that someone was enjoying it, so that's good.
Everybody's telling you not to go to school.
I mean, they can say it. I see Kilo down there. Kilo, you write on everything.
He's a construction worker. He doesn't know what school's like.
He's gonna be in pain later in his life. My dad's one, so good luck, my friend. School talk. Oh wait, see, Steph, you can't really take away pride or self-esteem from some guy who doesn't care about either of them. So I transcended those a long time when I hit the fifth dimension.
You became a carny in the first grade, Jason. Wow. Yeah. Don't go to school and get experience is good for like most trades, but not if you want to be a psychologist. You got to get the learning.
Yeah.
To be.
See, Kilo, money ain't a thing to me though. I make it and I save it. That's just how that works.
You think? How far out from high school are you? I don't really know exactly how old you are.
I'm 24.
Okay. Is your high school record testing and all that such that you could qualify for?
I mean, I'm going to a community college to start off with because I've been out of school for so long. It's been years.
Okay.
Just been acclimating, and I moved down to Florida alone. I mean, I had help from Matt and his family, which was awesome. But as far as things go, I don't really have any family member here that really could have helped me get into school. Or Shane's sitting there like, "Are you kidding me? I'm family." He is family. Like, he wasn't going to be paying for me to get into college or get me a car. There's nothing like that.
I didn't offer.
Sure. So wait, you said Matt helped you move to Florida?
Well, you see, when I met Matt, it was only a couple of years after, I want to say, or not. Maybe I don't even know how long it was, but I moved to New York again. And hi, Stacy. When I moved back to New York, I was forced to move there. My family had a problem, yada yada. I just had to go. It wasn't anything particular, but I didn't want to stay there, so I ended up staying there for 2 more years. And when I was 18, I wanted to move back to Florida, and Matt's mom was like, "Hey, listen, you come to school, or come here, and you can start school, and I help you have a place to stay." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you very much." That kind of thing. I wasn't shy. So when I moved back to New York, I was in my senior year of high school. Schooling there was 2 years ahead of what it is here, so I was put in 10th grade.
Wow, Florida's that far behind.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, if I'm going to move to Florida, I'm not going to do this because when I was about 17 when I got into school there, and I was like, oh wow, in 10th grade, I really don't think so. So when I came back to Florida, I found out that the GED in the state is actually the literal. They only give you a high school diploma. They don't even have the GED certificate. Which I was like, well, if that'll get me into a community college, I don't think it's a problem. So I just went with it. Okay. So I got that. So.
And all the rest of your family's back in New York?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, other scattered across the country, but yes, the main family's there.
Tell us about that. Siblings, mom and dad still together, stuff like that.
My mom and dad are not together. They're that was that was the reason. Like they've just had their problems. They're gone. My sister, she's 9 years younger than I am. She's doing great in school, and I don't know what else to say. She's a lot like me, which is cool. I taught them well.
Do you get to talk to her much?
Every once in a while. She's a weeb like me, so we have a lot in common.
Right on. Do you have a good relationship with your sister?
Yeah, mostly. I always feel bad most of the time I think about her because we were closer than I think either one of us were with our parents. And when I moved, it was something I did because I needed to because I was pretty down living there. And I'd say we were close in terms of like, I see her again. It's like nothing changed. It was like I saw her yesterday.
Okay. You have a good relationship with your parents?
Yeah, I mean, they're different in their own right, but I mean, I got no problems with either of them, and likewise to them. They're happy that I make the move. I'm doing what I do, so I'd say it's a good relationship.
Your life in Florida is better than it was in New York?
Yeah, I mean, my life, honestly, I don't want to ever want the like sad violin going on. I have a pretty good life my whole life. I mean, yeah, complexities everywhere, but I'm not special. So, I mean, I've never had any room or want to complain.
Okay.
I wanted to move because I was a little down being younger. I definitely wanted to be with my friends over my family, but
Open boobs.
oh sure. Can I do
Okay.
it? Show Bob. The bat symbol on my chest hair, right? So my buddy of ours made this. We were at a beach one day, and he was like, "Chris, you got the bat symbol on your chest." And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So my chest hair actually has a bat symbol to it. A little TMI, but I think it's hilarious.
That's interesting.
Hilo talking shade towards the Saints.
No.
I think so.
No, Kilo.
No. You're about to get Kilo. You better calm down.
Kilo's about to get banned.
Well then.
Any mod wants to time out Kilo for a little bit, you're welcome to. But what shape is your ass hair?
Matt, don't lie. He's being shy. Coy even. Calm down.
But, what kind of
Kilo got his messages deleted. Sorry, go ahead.
somebody got him. High five, Mint.
Savage.
So, line of thought: ass hair, bikini.
Bikini, nice.
What kind of vacation guy are you? Do you like the beach? Do you like snowy cabin in the mountains?
The snow. I'm a huge fan of the snow. I like snow and rain. I honestly hate this state. It's very sunny.
Yeah.
I plan on eventually moving. I mean, I've had kind of cemented myself here for the time being. Later on, I got to start school here, and then try to do my best to get out as far as things go. I want to move up to definitely a northern state.
I'll tell you a story about the Florida sun. My brother lives in Orlando with his family. Okay. He actually works for EA Games doing their formerly doing the Tiger Woods game before sex addict bullshit came around, and then now he's working on their NBA stuff. But we were down there visiting them one summer, and we went to the beach. I hate the beach, but we went to the beach, and I had my mohawk at the time, and I was responsible. I put sun lotion on the bald sides of my head. Didn't know Florida sun is so vicious that you have to wear a hat. So I got sunburned right through my hair, and I had a striped sunburned mohawk for the rest of the week. It's some of the worst pain I ever had in my entire life.
Oh, well then. That is hilarious. I don't got that problem, as you can see, but wow. It was something I wasn't expecting to hear. That'll do. I'll do it.
You have a dream place you'd like to relocate to when you get everything done?
See, I was looking at places, and this can obviously change with the years it'll take me to do schooling, but places with higher suicide rates. In our country, I think Seattle's taken the top, but that would probably be it. I heard it's rainy there, so it wouldn't be too bad. They got a lot of problems. They got a lot of problems, but
a lot of gorgeous parks and scenery up in the Northwest.
Yeah, no doubt. Pretty much anywhere outside of close to the equator, aka hell, aka garbage. But back to the vacation, I have to bring it up. Disciple brought up CEO. That's the vacation. He's right. The CEO of the gaming convention. Gaming convention's cool. I like any of those. The vacation could count as 3 days of just going to like an anime convention, a cosplay convention. Those are awesome. But locale is definitely snowy. I like the mountains. I like hills. I like seeing that the world's not flat or under sea level.
Tell us about the best convention you ever went to.
Well, a CEO I've gone to the last two years. Honestly, I haven't had a bad convention like experience yet. I've also gone to a MetroCon. I think that was the first convention I ever went to. I'd say it was probably my best because it kind of introduced me to the whole vibe. You see all these people pretty much with the same interests you have, and some of them just look damn good. They put their character. They even got the character's like personality going on, and I thought that was awesome. I remember that they had the first that convention. They do human chess piece, kind of like from Harry Potter.
Oh,
but they're the characters of the cosplay. They have a set, like they have a staff or something. They have like 30 people or something, but they have the thing going on there, which was damn awesome. I thought that was cool. So I'd say that was probably my favorite experience with CEO, seeing the Tokido and Infiltration last year. That might have been the most hypiest moment of my entire life.
It
was awesome. Tokido was down every single match. It was literally one round away from losing the whole thing. He hadn't beat him once. Came back. Completely won. I was like, wow. Impressive. So,
Did you compete or did you just go as a spectator?
No, just as a spectator. I mean, there's a fee. I think last year in particular, I didn't have too much money to spend as it was. So I wasn't going to do it. Because I don't really play the game as it is, especially Street Fighter 5. But, I enjoy getting hyped up about watching people play it because they're more competitive and passionate about the game than I am. Me getting into a game, I like playing it just to goof around, honestly. I mean, I'll put effort into it. I won't just slack off, but I don't really care.
Taquito's a professional Street Fighter 5 player, admit.
You're right, Shark.
Hey, Keith. So let's go to the main topic, I guess. Anime. You are the Animu mini boss.
Yeah.
How did you get into anime? What was your first one?
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to say Toonami was actually, either Toonami definitely was probably the intro for me growing up watching it. They had it during the middle of the day, pretty much right after school. Watched a lot of it. Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, of course. I'd say Dragon Ball Z is probably the first anime I watched to where it kind of, set the mood. I like that hype. Even though it took 4 episodes to finish off one blast, it was still hype.
Yeah.
So.
I remember my first one. I was being sneaky, staying up late watching TV. And on Cartoon Network, I saw a censored version of Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, Jesus.
And I had never seen anything like it before. The guy with the mouth on his hand.
Oh, yeah.
A gory cartoon. You never see that from anything in America.
So accurate.
So Vampire. When did you see Vampire Hunter D?
It was actually pretty recently where I watched any of it.
Okay.
I want to say it was a couple of years back because I don't know how, but it hit my radars for a while. I don't know what I was doing. That it was something that I didn't really pick up on for some reason.
Okay. It would be under my impression, I guess, just because it was my exposure that most people would be exposed either through Vampire Hunter D or Akira.
It's an old movie,
yeah.
And it didn't get any, because I grew up, I didn't really go on the computer till I was a teenager. Not really. So anything that wasn't on Toonami or some other channel. I think it was WB11 that played a couple animes, nothing big, like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my boy, Card the Cards. And it was those two channels for the most part. When I started getting on the computer, my first anime like that I couldn't see on TV was probably Berserk.
Berserk, okay.
Yeah, Akira, I had to watch it because I'd gone through so many people telling me, yeah, this is the greatest thing in anime period, and I was like, well, okay, you're probably right. So I had to look at it. So that was like within the decade that I saw Akira. I didn't really start off with it.
Did it make sense to you at all when you watched it?
Akira? No.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't understand it just looked cool to me. That's all. I didn't understand why he was exploding at the end.
Pretty much. It looked really cool though. That was definitely the thing. And that does right though, because Akira, that's another reason I had to see it was so popular. And it made anime so popular.
Okay, favorite anime.
Oh, he's got a good point. Shane actually brought up something that slipped my mind completely. We used to hang. I've known Shane for let's see. I was 11, so for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 12 years, and we used to hang out a lot after school, back in like middle school and early high school. We used to watch a bunch of animes together. I don't really remember them all. I think we definitely watched every Dragon Ball Z movie they made, which was pretty funny. Did that for like a whole day. Pretty funny. But I'm sorry, you asked a question.
As to the favorite anime.
Oh, it's Berserk.
Berserk, really?
I mean, my name is from one of my favorite animes, but it's Berserk's got it's definitely my favorite anime. I should say series. The characters in it, to me, I love them. I fell in love with them. And especially because when I watched Berserk, it was after I'd seen like well-animated, newer anime at the time. Because this was made in like the 90s, so it was pretty bad on animation. The budget was pretty low. You could tell they used still frames. So it wasn't that. But the characters themselves were so human that I thought that was amazing. It wasn't something I'd ever seen. Like, you got human reactions, but it wasn't so, it was grounded, there were medieval battles. I didn't think it was like so fantasy up until the end, but that didn't really stop me from loving it. So the characters being so just intricate, and having such a depth to them, I thought that was new, and I haven't really seen anything like it since.
I forgot about that. You named your cat Griffith. Can we meet Griffith?
Yeah, of course.
Where is he?
Come here. He's eating.
Shane, cat delivery.
Shane, cat delivery. I think he's gonna. Griff is not interested at all. Oh. He's actually, funny enough, this cat is the literally biggest pansy I've ever had in my life.
Really?
He's the only cat I've ever had that's such a coward for a cat.
Tell us about that. What does that mean?
He gets afraid of everything. His shadow, everything.
I have delivered the beast.
Oh my god, it's huge.
Yes, he is.
It's a huge cat, not just fat, but just like big.
Yeah, he's long too. We had back before I moved here, I had a tile where I was living at before, and he took up 3 tiles.
Yeah.
He's a long cat.
He's beautiful though.
Oh, I know. I love him. He's so cute. Little.
How old is he?
2. Chasing the band of the hawk. He knew.
Is he neutered?
Yeah, I got him neutered pretty much 4 weeks into having him.
Right on.
I had to make sure he didn't spray.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's a shitty cat, though.
Fury says the cat's an asshole.
Yeah, he is. He's an asshole in the way that, like, he doesn't, as any cat does, he just doesn't know what he's doing. He got his claw stuck in my, almost, like, right through my skin, couldn't get him out. And I was like, it's probably one of the most painful experiences of my life. But he got stuck. He's like, hole in, like I was getting a piercing. I was like, this is not right, and I got pissed. Not pissed. I didn't throw him or anything. I was like, cat, you're a piece of shit, and you got to get out. You got to get out of my body right now. So, but yeah.
You ever considered declawing?
No. Because he doesn't scratch anything. As far as things like he scratches people, whatever. but he doesn't scratch like furniture. He doesn't ruin the carpets here in the apartment. That's pretty much it. If he did that, but I mean, I know it's like taking off like 2 joints on your finger, like the compare. That's just not right. I don't think that's right.
I don't think it's fair. We had our first house cat. She got declawed. My father got sick of her clawing up the furniture, and they had her declawed. But then she started peeing everywhere, like not in the litter box. So she had to go outside, and now she's outside cat with no claws. She's getting picked on by everything. She can't, hunt birds. It's like completely defenseless creature sent outside.
I don't see. That's savage. I couldn't even imagine declawed cat outside.
I'm not declawing anything, Steph. I was just asking. Nice. Slop his entire arms off.
That's what I mean at that point.
It wasn't. I was a kid, Stacy. I didn't say you need to have my father did it.
Yeah.
Not me. It's not me. Any other pets?
No, just the cat. Shane's talking about getting a dog or something. I think we can have up to 2 animals here at the apartment. He wants some big lab or some stupid animal. I hate dogs personally. I'm a cat guy, so
labs are amazing. I had a lab all growing up. Ramses. Beautiful dog. Very faithful, very sweet. If you get a dog, lab, absolutely.
Shane is a pet too, right? I don't know who casual.
Shane's a pet.
But that's pretty accurate, though.
You ever have a dog back home in New York?
Yeah, I've had dogs pretty much growing up all the time. Probably why. I never, I don't go out of my way to hurt any animal. I wouldn't, I'd pet it if it came up to me. There's a couple dogs that I could say I like a friend of me, everyone, the Florida gang, he had a dog. His name's Noah. He used to be massive. I'm talking huge. He built a wall kind of big, you know what I'm saying? So we called him the Ark, Noah's Ark, because he was so massive. That dog was one of the coolest dogs I've ever seen. He'd lay around a lot because he's so big. He's one of those dogs that you see, and he does one bark while lifting his head up while laying down, and then just puts his head back down, and you don't even hear him. Pretty much dead after that. It exhausted all of his resources. So, it was cute. It was adorable, very pleasant. Most dogs, I haven't really had a bad encounter with dogs. Matt's dog kind of sucked ass, but not like a mean, just barks a lot, bork, 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 kind of thing. And I just don't like barking. Meowing's one thing. I mean, it's loud, and my cat does it more than any other cat I've had. But it's not barking. Barking is just annoying to me. I get annoyed by a lot. I have a pretty high tolerance for things too.
Okay.
Just dogs. I don't know. Maybe it's because I hear them every day regardless.
Back to anime. Because Fury...
Yeah, ask a question?
Fury, no, he doesn't have a question. Waifu. Do you have a favorite waifu?
Probably Winry from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
Not because of the mechanic thing. It's just she had such a profound character for an anime girl.
I'm kind of uneducated in this because I did watch Brotherhood a little bit. Was that the only Full Metal Alchemist?
No, well, there was a series from 2004, I believe, 2002, one or the other. That took the original. The Brotherhood, the whole entirety is based off the manga itself, so it's pretty much the original one. The one they had that's older. They started it while the manga was being created, so they actually went with their own original concept midway through, and it kind of cut off from what you see. So I like that one personally more. It had a darker tone to it, a little more grounded. It wasn't so shonen anime. They're doing explosions from like nuclear-looking bombs and shit. So, not that I love Brotherhood, I do, but it was definitely more. It was sad in the same sense because it's all sad, but it had more hype and other things.
So is that waifu from Brotherhood or from the 2004?
She was the same character, luckily, through both.
Oh, okay.
As far as things go, she didn't really change. They kept the characters pretty honest, even when they mixed up what there was. Casca is waifu, but she's also a potato. Yeah, see, there you go. Matt knows. She's a literal potato. I mean, potatoes are waifu in terms. But Winry as just a whole is like my ideal girl. Strong, independent, doesn't really is always there to help. And so that was for that. But I mean if I'm going by looks, I got a frog waifu from My Hero Academia.
I felt so weird. Like I found her pretty attractive. That made me feel kind of weird that frog waifu was pretty hot.
And the other one in that show, she's like pink or something. The slime, I don't know, some insect, but that was hot there. No. I mean, that Winter is the one that sticks out in terms of like, yeah, that's definitely what I want. But no, I don't really the whole waifu thing in terms of like Matt like and Rek'Sai for having 60 legs. Does that? I can't work on that one too much. I don't have a problem with it though, because why not? But,
so you wouldn't actually go out and get a body pillow or something?
Oh fuck no! Woo! Poster maybe, but nothing provocative. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a poster of the show it's from, but not the.
Right.
Yeah, definitely bug waifu for waifu. There it is. Yeah.
We can talk about League of Legends a little bit. What got you into League of Legends?
Our buddy Jeremy, actually, Matt and I got in the same time. Shane actually had an account before we did. He was playing it a little while before we did a couple patches, I want to say. But our friend was just, we were hanging out with him. He was just a friend we knew through another friend. He actually comes onto the Discord. He's not here right now. His name's Ice Master J. He's a cool guy. But he just was like, hey, give it a shot. And we were like, okay. So this was back in, I think in the middle of season 2.
That was a while ago.
Long time. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That was the origin story. I like League for what it is, I never actually took it 100% seriously up until I found out there was a Maokai skin. Then I wanted it. Other than that, no.
Okay, so what would you say would be your main game? Like the game that you love that you actively play?
League of Legends definitely is a game that I play every day. I'm honestly, as I was saying before, I'm not a competitive person at heart.
Yeah.
So I like League for its casual atmosphere as far as things go. That's why, I don't obsess over rank or anything like that. I can't really get into it because I don't really care. Unless it's a Victoria skin that I want, like last season. And it's just fun to play with people and, I make little goals for myself. Like they introduced the mastery, like the token system. So I wanted to get level 7 with characters that I liked.
Yeah.
That's something I've been killing time with. As far as things go, I like playing single player games. Fantasy 15. I just switched over to Neo. I hadn't really played it. I got to beat it still. Got a couple other games, Horizon Zero Dawn, a couple other things. But, it's pretty much, I pretty much wake up, watch some anime, go to work, come back. Then I'm on the Discord. So,
all right. So you're a console gamer as well as a PC gamer? You do both?
Yeah. I got the setup right over there.
Right on. What about horror games? That's kind of a thing this week with Outlast 2 coming out.
It's funny that you mentioned horror because it's actually my favorite genre in terms of movies and whatnot. It's horror's the greatest thing and one of the greatest things in my life. That's why Berserk hit me so well as well. It had a dark, foreboding, ominous atmosphere to it. That's so Outlast 2, I liked Outlast 1 a lot, especially with the guys with their dicks just hanging out. That's cool.
Yeah, the Wiener Brothers.
The Wiener Brothers. I always wanted to take one of them off and beat the other one with it. But, I'm good at choice. Those games, at first, it took a little bit for me to get into liking. Oh, Dark Souls. I actually did forget. I played a lot of Dark Souls. Still currently kind of playing it. But Neo, anyway. But Outlast, I liked it. I don't like games where you can't fight back, but I also can appreciate them. Like Amnesia, if you hadn't played that game.
I have. It's one of my favorites.
That's a good game to play. And Outlast 2, I want to play, so I couldn't watch your stream yet, sadly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
but I'm excited. So I thought that. Well, go ahead.
This is a topic that I enjoy. I actually feel the opposite of you in terms of games where you can't defend yourself. I feel like games like Silent Hill, this happened with Resident Evil 7. I got strong enough with weapons that I didn't get scared anymore. I didn't care if monsters came at me anymore because I got a grenade launcher now. I got a flamethrower. It doesn't matter. So I think those games get a little more spooky, but you don't feel that way?
It's the thing is, I don't. This is gonna sound edgy, like I'm a fucking badass, but I don't really get scared. I can only really appreciate horror, like the genre itself, from where I know it's supposed to be scary and where it would scare people. Like I tell the difference between cheap jump scares and well thought out atmosphere that was definitely supposed to intimidate you and scare you. That's why older horror movies are my favorites. Like Halloween, the original Halloween movie was my favorite movie of all time. Because you can tell now looking at it from 2017, like, oh, obviously the guy's up the stairs. I've seen this 100 times. Well, yeah, you have, but back then it wasn't like that. That's why the setup is the most important thing.
Right.
And when it comes to like games where you can't fight back, I feel like they take realism out of it. Yeah, you're fighting monsters, but you should be able to, I don't know, poke them in the eye, do something, give it a little something, push them away at the very least. Maybe you don't got to kill them or even have a chance to kill them.
Okay.
But, if Resident Evil 7, because I haven't beaten it yet. I have to beat it still. I like that game. I think that game did horror pretty well, like in terms of, you can fight back. I think the grenade launcher is bullshit. They should have put that in a completely different game mode.
Yeah,
I think, but when you have a pistol and you have 5 bullets and you're trying to kill the guy with the axe walking around in the hallway near the kitchen, what are you going to do? It's 5 bullets. That's how you feel, powerless. You have to make use of it. I think strategy comes into play instead of just running into like a cabinet, hiding, waiting for the stupid AI to run away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, but also I can appreciate games like Amnesia where maybe I didn't get afraid. I just knew I had to run to a place where I needed to restart the level and I'd have been pissed. But I can also appreciate that not everyone's like me. And they're going to get either scared from it or, they hear that loud noise and they're just like, holy shit, I got to stop and run. I can appreciate that they have things like that. I think Dead Space 1 had a good atmosphere, but it had a lot of jump scares. And I think that was something that I think Amnesia, comparing these two, because they came off as the same thing to me, really. But Amnesia did not just jump scares, but you heard footsteps. You heard stuff that literally that monster was there. You just didn't know exactly where it was. Dead Space had the cheap jump scares I was talking about. Like, obviously this guy's coming up the elevator shaft. Oh, he breaks through it and gets chopped in half. Cool. But it was just, it came off as a little uninspired to me.
You don't feel any fear? Fear being, definition of fear being...
unsettled?
Yeah, like not exactly terrified, but you get tense, your shoulders get high,
No, nothing like that.
No, you just
my body
chill the
doesn't
whole way through.
Yeah, pretty much. I just go through it. Definitely wary, but that's playing a video game. I take it from a video game standpoint. You're not going to run around. If you're in a survival horror game, you're not going to just run around the corner blindly and expect to live.
True.
So, that's just, I think about it more base level. I wish I could enjoy it in a different way. Like jump scares. Seeing you get scared makes my day because it's funny. But I'm not laughing at you getting, you getting scared. I'm laughing that it's working for that game is actually making it happen. I think that's both impressive and hilarious. Not like from a ha, I don't get afraid. It's more like a ha, damn, that's good.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so Dr. Shogo, self-analyze. Why do you think that is that took away your ability to? You think it was you desensitized?
Definitely that. It was watching Chucky from a really young age. I was 3. I remember the whole movie vividly.
Wow, 3?
Yeah, it plagued me for a while. I was afraid of that stupid doll. Till I was at least 7. So pretty much from then on, I was more fascinated with horror probably because of that. My mom used to read a lot of Stephen King too when I was younger, so I innately took the series and the author to heart, and a lot of his things are what I kind of take as guidelines to good books.
Okay.
So, I just grew up around horror, I would say. The genre was always there. As far as, my parents were never really strict on gore or nudity in terms of if I wanted to watch a movie, I could watch it whenever I wanted. I never really asked for anything growing up, so they were just like, whatever, just do what you want to do and have fun. So, I mean, yeah. Go on.
Is that ability to, let's see, how can I phrase it? So do you, does that extend into real life? Do you get, like, houses dark at 3:30, something's making noise, walking down a dark alley in a dangerous city?
No, I mean, there's things that, like, I like to consider myself somewhat of a realist. When the house is dark, I don't really care. I mean, I turn on lights because I like having light because it hurts my eyes to stare at a screen without a light on.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid, and I know that unless I'm hearing footsteps and I know Shane's asleep, there's nothing I can be concerned about. If I'm hearing scratching at the door, it's my cat. If it's not my cat, I don't care. That's pretty much like, I mean, I'll hear things, but it's always like, I think it's a branch outside. It's just, my first thought is never like, there's a spooky ghost. It's because honestly, I don't think life is entertaining enough for any of that to be existing. I wish it did, to be honest with you. I wish there was a horde of demons coming down, just slaughtering everything they see. That'd be a way to go to me. And I just know that life's not that fun. Life is not that entertaining to where I'm not just saying that ghosts don't exist. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be bothered by one because I'm not that interesting of a person for these creatures.
So, you're a Occam's razor kind of guy?
What?
Get tickled on, nerd.
Occam's razor, the principle that if you have...
Gotcha, bitch! Welcome to Spice Town!
Oh god, they found the sound effects.
Oh, I turned off the music. Hold up.
Occam's razor, the principle that if you've got two competing reasons for something, like creation of the universe, you have the Big Bang, explosion, matter's created, versus omnipotent being creates everything out of nothing. Occam's razor says that if you have two competing reasons for something, you always go with the simplest. And there's no real evidence for omnipotent being that created everything out of nothing. So you have to go with...
I mean, I'd say kind of, because I see where you're going now, but it's more like this. Because when it comes to religion, I'm agnostic. I would never say there isn't a God. I just don't care if there's one. It doesn't pertain to me in any way. It's never going to be a part of my life. I'm never going to ask for help, and I don't want any.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do everything myself and with people I know. I'm not like just going to flat out ever be a guy that'd be like, nah, there's definitely no God. There's no aliens. There's no nothing. I haven't been proven wrong or right on either, so it's not something I'm going to be like, that can't exist. So I wouldn't go so much with the simplest reason for why we're around. I'd simply say it's simpler than that and say, I don't care why we're here because I know I'm here now. My past is my past. What I can remember of it's my life. Anything before that doesn't really pertain to me.
Okay.
So why we're here or what we evolved from, someone could literally put a video of someone going back in time and actually finding it out, and I'd be like, that's cool.
So
Kind of stuff. Just I go with the flow. I go with how my life is going to be. I know that we have pretty short lives in comparison to like turtles, I guess, but we have really short lives, and I don't really see a point in worrying about what happened before I was born. So.
Chat's trolling us with the sound effects.
Hey, Kyle. Oh, really?
You found Shogo on Idol.
Just look at the video. It's Shogo. I hope it's me for real, though.
We're watching an ad, Kyle. God damn it.
Hey, how are you?
Oh.
Hey, that's a good name.
Yeah,
Get this on the stream.
right?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be,
Good name.
be a pretty good choice.
What do you have there?
I actually have some caricatures that I drew of you guys.
Yes.
Pushes up glasses actually be evolved from apes like crazy. Shane is a science buff. He loves that shit. We have actually, funny enough, we have pretty contradictory. Not contradictory. Because he actually cares about it where I don't. That's pretty much the way I look at it. Hey, am I the... Oh, hell yeah. Let's crank.
Gotcha, bitch!
Oh, no.
Welcome to Spice Town!
Gotta disable these sound effects for now. I can't hear you sometimes.
Oh.
Kinda, Kyle. You ever grow out your fro?
My hair used to be actually down to my ass. It's
Oh,
wavy.
really?
It's actually not a fro. Believe it or not. Yeah. No, I've grown it. Actually, when I met Matt, my hair was down that far, really long. It's funny. My last name's O'Hare, so I kind of kept it around.
Be Irish.
Yes, I am, and Italian. But I kept my hair long for a long time because I never wanted to cut it. I liked having long hair. And it was, kind of like my last name's sake, you know what I'm saying? So when I cut it, I became Chris No Hair.
Oh.
That was that day in my life. So
would you have been a metalhead then? Or were you just
I'm a very,
long
very
hair?
not really like I've never had a label or something I could really say I was part of a group. Like in high school, I was the guy who was in every group. The Wiggers, the metal people, they were all the same to me. If I liked people in the groups, I wouldn't shy or stop from going to say hi to them, regardless if who was there.
Cool.
I had a generally easy school life, and I never had any problems with people because it's just not. I just like talking to people. People like talking to me. I've just been lucky like that my whole life.
Then I would. You're such easygoing, easygoing persona. I would assume that your musical taste would be pretty eclectic. You don't have any specific genre, you just like everything.
I could say I don't like modern day rap, and I hate
Same.
country. I don't like country at all.
Fuck new age.
Yeah,
cool music.
exactly. I mean, yeah, I don't really like dubstep either. I'm a little. I wouldn't say I'm picky, but I'd say those three things. If I could stay away from them, good. Like I hate almost any modern day rap is bad. I hate country just because I don't care about trucks. Or dogs for that matter. I don't know. Anyway. And then wubstep's just, kind of lazy to me. I mean, obviously not. It's a lot more talent than I have, but Shane's got it right. Wub, 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 wub.
It's actually a good question, ZG. We're swimming in Chris's.
There is a lot.
Yep, there's a lot of us.
Chris, show us your feet. For what the hell do you want to see my feet for, Kyle? You son of a.
But I'm the same way. On my iPhone, I've got Cascada, I've got Michael Jackson, I've got Cannibal Corpse, I've got Tupac.
That'll do it. Yep,
Ice
exactly.
Cube. I got even some Garth Brooks and Ray Charles. I'm the same kind of way. I listen to everything.
I mean, I listen to Japanese and Korean music too.
Yeah.
Some Thai music. I like Thai music actually. It's pretty good. Shout out to Steph.
I haven't. What constitutes Thai music? I don't think I've ever actually heard any Thai music.
I haven't really. It was something I kind of got. I wouldn't say into so much more than I heard a couple songs from through. I listen to K-pop, so it was just a couple of things. Thai music is how do I put it? It's a lot like J-rock, which is pretty alternative music.
So not like
but it's a Thai.
Traditional Thai music, but like Thai pop, I guess.
Yeah, it's modern day Thai music, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Wow, Shane said you're dead to me.
I grew up in Arkansas, man. It's not quite the South. We're Western here. We do rodeos and shit.
Rodeos.
Yeah.
That's something I could say I never done.
Yeah. We can go there. You a sports guy? Ever athletic?
No, I mean I like playing outside with friends. I'll play any sport pretty much. We used to play like football and stuff over at our rec center around here. Shane was there. Tyler used to go to Gangplank for those who don't know. And we used to just, we'll actually play football games. It's fun. I like football, playing football. I can't watch it. I'm not into sports like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think that watching people get so hyped and like start yelling at each other for their team bothers the hell out of me. I think it's such a display of just stupidity that it hurts. It's like, yeah, get excited. That's fine. Just don't go insulting people because your team's losing. It's just not right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not football only. That's any professional sport. But.
About esports, LCS.
I mean, I watch LCS when Emilio, Emilio is more into it than I am. He likes to watch it, and I'll watch it with him. I don't really go out of my way to watch it. I like watching Bjergsen stream. He's my favorite like player.
Hmm.
But I don't really. Again, that's another thing. I mean, I'll get hyped about it. I love watching it. Wow, who you calling a coon, Kyle? You little,
Time Kyle out for that.
Time Kyle.
Yeah. Get that
Watch
shit
yourself
out of
there,
here.
Bucko. Yeah, that's right.
I got a few moderators in here. Steph, get him.
Get
Get him,
sick
Steph.
balls. Sick balls.
But I'm kind of running dry on questions. Anything that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I'm more of a. I hear a question, I'll answer it with any kind of knowledge that I have, which isn't much.
I didn't know you wanted one, Code Man. I don't think I've ever heard your voice. Steph, you're a moderator. You can get him. I know.
The name Shogo? You want to know what it?
Yeah.
Why?
She must have missed that.
That PC player. I am a weeb. Yes.
He's the anime mini boss PC. He's absolutely a weeb. Go ahead. Tell Stacy about Shogo.
So Shogo Makashima is a character from an anime called Psycho-Pass. And honestly, it's just something I've really loved that show. It was made a couple of years back. It's pretty new. I was gonna do it for anime night. It's like 26 episodes or something. It takes place in a future where they're in Japan, and they have, instead of a government, they have something called the Sybil system. And it's a completely robotic system that judges whether you're a criminal or not. And that's pretty much the basis. I don't really want to say it for anyone who is going to watch it. But the Shogo Makashima is the main antagonist. And I think he and the main character or one of the main characters of Berserk, the main villain of Berserk, have a very similar charismatic personality that I actually love. I root for the good guys all the time, but seeing well done villains makes me happy. So that's why I named my character on League Shogo Makashima. That's why I named. Then after that, originally I was Fughole though. That was that's more around the line. Yeah, Fughole.
Rather different type of name.
Exactly. So Shogo Makashima is more of a recent thing. Fughole used to be pretty much my name for everything. But I kind of work like that. I'll figure out a name, and I'll just kind of, because I'm lazy and I don't want to remember other names, I'll just stick with it. And so when I like things, I get more passionate about things that I like than anything else. Like if I'm talking about Berserk, you get me on a nice rant, I'll probably talk about it for the whole night. That's just the kind of guy I am. So when I really liked Psycho-Pass the way I did, I was like, okay, I love this character. I'm gonna name something after it. Because that's pretty much my desktop and everything has something I like. It has a part, my lock screen, Spider-Man. It's my favorite superhero, favorite comic. Hi, Griffith. And just, other miscellaneous things. I try to spread out my actual loves for things to things that I have to look at or do all day. So.
Mm-hmm. Shane wants you to tell us about how you guys met and about what he thought of your accent.
Okay, so Shane and I met in middle school. I had just moved down here. In New York, I was in 6th grade. That's still elementary school there at the time. So my 7th grade year, we were in the process of moving. My dad I didn't even go to school that whole entire year. When I got to Florida, it was the last month of the season or the semester or whatever it's called, the school year. And Shane and I met at something called Field Day, some little thing you did at the end of the year in the summer. I had a thick New York accent. I actually got kind of popular in school because of it. No one really messed with me. Everyone was very pleasant to me. It was different too, because when I came to Florida, everyone was so much more nice. Later on, I found out it was more of a nice kind of like people are nicer down here than they are in New York, but people are more honest than they are in New York than they are here. People are nice here because they don't want, I guess, I don't know what they want. But it seems a little more fake, People in New York call you an asshole, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You're just an asshole,
Mm-hmm.
So, but Shane and I met. He heard that I had this thick ass, New York accent, coffee and all that shit, and water, and he thought I was retarded. He actually thought I was literally mentally challenged. he'd never heard an accent like that before, so he's just like, he didn't bring it up to me till later on, and but you know, that was a long time ago, so I miss my accent. I talk fast because of New York, actually.
Hmm.
And that PC player, the Berserk 2016 anime. I'm gonna say yay because the story is honestly not that bad. I think it gets a lot more flack. The CG needs to get the fuck out, and they need to stop being assholes. Get Madhouse in here. But that's my. I mean, I watch it anyway because I'm literally like I'd mark out to it. I'd buy everything. It's pretty bad. It's unhealthy, I'd say. And yes, the 60s Spider-Man was reused for it. I agree. The 60s Spider-Man period was the best.
You have any other questions for our hero of the week? In the meantime, while we're waiting for questions, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you got lined up for Anime Night? And when, in fact, you do it and what, when you do it and what you've got planned.
I just answered you, PC player. What you want? I mean, I'll answer you again. Tell us about your coffee addiction. I love coffee. I do.
Paradox thinks you're handsome.
Oh, thanks, Paradox. No, wait. Oh, I see. Haha. Thanks, Shane. I had to refresh. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I was just saying that before I forget, what did you just ask me, Bruce? I'm sorry.
I told you to tell everybody what you've got planned for Anime Night and when you do it.
Okay, so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna, because his stream broke, I gotta tell him. I love Berserk, and I'll pretty much do anything for it. Buy it. I bought the game they made, which wasn't really that great, but I'm having fun with it. A mark out is what I'm called, and the new anime was sticking to the story enough to where I liked it. They cut out 2 seasons. I was really pissed about, but whatever. I got over it because again, I'm a sap. The CG needs to go. Other than that, I like it. It's good. They could do better. Anyway, and as for Anime Night, I do Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 o'clock at night, Eastern time. My lineup for this upcoming Monday is actually called Ghost Stories. It's an anime that was so poorly received in Japan that they gave it to America and gave the dubs free reign of what to do for it. It's that bad. Now, the dub itself is so funny that, I mean, these are professional voice actors, in America. Some of them are big named, and they're literally just having their way with it. It's just nothing but pure funny, and they still stick to the actual content. So it's just gonna be a fun time. And on Saturdays, I do more like new releases for the week, like keep up to date with the Attack on Titan season 2, Boku no Hero Academia, Boruto, even, and just other things that are gonna come up depending on. But the way you get in is just, tune in. I put my Rabbit link in the chat. If you want to be an anime monster and you like watching anime with people, let me know, and I'll give you the role. I agree.
That sounds, Ghost Story sounds like a lot of fun. I want to be there for that.
It's good. You're going to love it, Bruce, because after you showed me that slice of life anime, it's pretty much these kids going around. They take the original story of something like, they're actually little ghost hunters. It's some cutesy little, I don't even know. But it was so boring, so bad, that these people make it great. There is a rainbow. Steph,
okay,
put it up. I put a clip in the room, the anime room. And Boruto Izme. Yes, they did. Oh, Boruto is more annoying than Naruto was. That's new.
The Anime Art Book Club house room.
I'll make you an anime monster. Hey, man. Yeah, I believe so.
How long ago was it?
Last night, 2 nights ago, maybe one of them, or the other.
I don't see anything.
No. Maybe it was the art anime. It was the art anime book.
I can't find backlog. We have to get a link, but we can't watch a sample. I think that'd be cool. I'd like to see a sample.
Here, I got you right now.
All right. I can't find his stuff.
I got it. Here we are. Bruce, where you at? Here we go.
Right. Okay, so this will be upcoming anime starting Monday.
A police station! Thank God! I never thought I'd be happy to see one of those things. Hey, put the donuts down! Drop the Krispy Kreme, Serpico! We need your help
You
here!
I look like my father and my brother after 9 months or something.
Yeah, boogity, diggity, 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 diggity.
What the fuck? Fuck, diggity dig dig. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm there for that. I want to see that. I'm there for that. That sounds funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Oh God, it's so funny. So yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do because we just did Corpse Party. It was only 4 episodes, but it was pretty much nothing but gore and little kids getting killed. So I wanted the contrast.
Yeah,
as far
I
as
guess.
that
I
goes.
like it. All right. Unless anybody's got any questions, we will wrap it up. I'm not going to do Outlast 2 tonight because of the sports ball draft. If you like football, you want to watch the draft, so I'm going to go do that. Upcoming. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Hype video. Sign-ups to be in the group photo for the hype video. That is wrapping up on May 1st. You got about 4 or 5 more days to put your name on that spreadsheet. If you want to buy into it, it's $20 to Kidbrainer. Check urgent announcements tab. There's a spreadsheet up there. Sign up for that. Upcoming Meet the Monsters. Next week, we're going to have Gun Ho for show back because his Meet the Monsters was pretty much just a Vince session over his split with TZN. We're actually going to talk about Gun Ho next week. After that, I believe, is Leet City Gaming? Yeah, I think Leet City Gaming's after Gun Ho, and then Gina the day before my birthday on the 25th. And then June 1st, we're going to talk to Uni Rabbit. I don't think many of you met her. She's a very talented cartoon style artist.
Oh wow.
Who comes in she's in the Art Monsters if you ever want to say hi to her, look at her work. She's really awesome. Those are the monsters we're going to meet over the next few weeks. Link it to what? The buy-in? Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat. A good idea. But unless you got anything you want to say, I think we're done.
Nah, I mean, it was fun. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it.
A little shocked, but I mean, I'm happy that I was here.
Yeah, I like to learn about my peeps. I'm kind of like you. I like meeting and talking to people.
Yeah.
Getting to know
Yeah,
them.
definitely. I mean, you're running the community, and hope so at least. Gotta like them somewhat. But yeah.
Shogo's gonna do that for you, Code Man.
Yeah, what's your name on
It's the mini boss.
4? No, what's his name? Codeman?
Yeah, I think he's
Or-
Code Man.
Type in general chat, bro.
Yeah, what are you in the Discord? It's a role in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That PC player, he's under Strategic Monsters. All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Shogo, happy life and his endeavors.
I'll be here every night because that's what I do.